It can feel like your Duraludon game is slacking, like you're using the same held items, movesets, and emblems, and I'm here to tell you that you are absolutely right. I'm just going to offer you a new moveset that you can use. I asked the question, is there a point in which I can do more damage by increasing my critical hit rate as opposed to my flat attack damage? I built a calculator, and we're going to examine that today. My name is Mary's Bud. Welcome to the House of Da. This is the gym. Alrighty, Duraludon. This is everything you need to know about the character. Duraludon's basic attacks are where most of the pressure comes from. Every third attack becomes a boosted attack that fires a long beam through enemies. The standard autos deal consistent range damage, but the real goal is cycling through these boosted beams as often as possible. Boosted attacks fire a piercing beam that can hit multiple enemies in a line. It deals higher attack scaling than normal autos and also adds bonus damage based on enemies' maximum HP. This attack can critically strike, which makes it one of Duraludon's most important damage sources. Heavy Metal. This is Duraludon's passive ability. It prevents the first shove or displacement effect that hits it. This means enemies can't immediately push or throw Duraludon out of position. Once triggered, the ability goes on a long cooldown, so positioning still matters, but it gives Duraludon a valuable moment of protection when the fight begins. Laser Focus. It gives Duraludon a short defensive window by reducing incoming damage briefly. After that, the next 3 auto attacks deal additional damage. This move is mainly used to enhance Duraludon's basic attacks and win short trades early in the match. Flash Cannon. Damages enemies in areas and slows them before putting Duraludon into cannon mode. While in this mode, Duraludon becomes rooted in place but gains a longer attack range and a large attack speed boost. Basic attacks become much stronger, and boosted attacks deal even more damage while piercing enemies. Dragon Pulse is a chargeable attack that interacts with Duraludon's mark system. Every time Duraludon hits an enemy with attacks or abilities, marks build up on that target. When Dragon Pulse is used, those marks are consumed to deal additional damage. The more marks stacked beforehand, the stronger the burst. Metal Claw. Sends sharp claws forward, damaging enemies and slowing their movement speed. After using the move, Duraludon's next auto attack becomes boosted. This makes Metal Claw a reliable way of quickly triggering beam auto attacks during fights. Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail pushes enemies away while moving Duraludon backwards, helping it reposition during battle. The move stores 2 charges, allowing multiple quick disengages. After using Dragon Tail, Duraludon's next auto attack becomes boosted. Stealth Rock. Throw a stone that creates a hidden field of damaging rocks. Enemies inside the area take damage over time and become slowed. When the field activates, Duraludon gains a temporary shield, making this move useful for controlling space around objectives or defensive positions. Revolving Ruin. Duraludon's Unite move fires a sweeping beam around itself while becoming unstoppable. Each enemy hit increases Duraludon's attack and grants a shield. After the beam finishes, a burning ring remains on the ground, damaging and slowing enemies that pass through it. And that was that Pokemon in 5 minutes. Step 1, done. Step 2, we need to talk about our held items. The held items that we're going to be using are Scope Lens, Muscle Band, and Razor Claw. There are other held items that you can use. The staple is going to be Scope Lens, Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf. You can use that. I think it's reliable. It allows you to get as many boosteds off as possible, provided you have a 25% increase in attack speed thanks to Rapid Fire Scarf. That triggers every 8 seconds or so. I think that if you're trying to play with combos in mind, that being able to proc with Razor Claw, Scope Lens, and to take true damage off of your opponents is a no-brainer. It makes you wonder why people aren't using that build, and if they are, why I'm just discovering that now. Y'all remember the calculator I was talking about earlier? Well, without further ado, here's the tool that I use to increase or decrease flat or percentage values in order to compare my builds. You can select a Pokemon, their level. You can go through builds, select an enemy Pokemon, their level, your emblems, and finally your held items. We're comparing Scope Lens, Muscle Band, and Razor Claw to Scope Lens, Rapid Fire Scarf, and Muscle Band. Interesting feature about the calculator is that when you have a higher attack value in one of the columns, it'll highlight green, your medium value will highlight yellow, and your lowest value column will highlight red. We are finally going to compare our Dragon Pulse build, which consists of attack weight, Curse Bangle, and Charging Charm. Now, what we're going to be paying attention to is the outlier. And what an outlier is something unique about your Pokemon that stands out, provided their passive abilities, held items you're using, and your emblem build. Duraludon's outlier is critical hit rate. We're going to move over to our builds. And what I'd like you to focus on are the numbers in the outlier chart. We're comparing build 1, which is our Razor Claw build, to build 2, which is our Rapid Fire Scarf build. We can see that when we move over to our Rapid Fire Scarf build, our overall damage goes up by 500,000. And this is a good point to remark that what the calculator does is references a frame in time. And what that frame in time is 10 minutes of your character attacking, doing the same move over and over again at level 10. It does not take into consideration the cooldown for Rapid Fire Scarf or any of the proc damage from your proc items. In order to see that, we have charts below that are able to show us that information. For instance, over the course of 10 minutes, Razor Claw will do a little under 70,000 damage. In 10 seconds, Razor Claw will do 1,023 damage. And so it'll be your opportunity to try to proc that as much as possible, especially if you know you can get it with moves that get an insane cooldown reduction. Finally, if we're going back to our build 1, we are looking at our proc item build. It's important to look at the damage we're doing with Razor Claw, Muscle Band, and Scope Lens when we are proccing those items. But on top of that, let's check out how much damage we're doing with our auto attacks when we're using build 1. If we are doing 212% at a minimum with our Scope Lens, our attack based off of Duraludon's level 10 base damage is 368. Times 212%, that brings us up to 787. If we're looking at our boosted, being able to do 1,062 damage plus 276, 200, and 194 is just an easy go at eliminating your opponents towards the end of their health bar. Friends, there's a lot to go over in this calculator, and I'm happy to go over it with new Pokemon in the future, maybe checking out Alcremie, or maybe even Absol. And look at that critical hit rate. Let's go a little bit further down the list. What else do we have? Umbreon. Guys, it's fun to show you this. I've worked really hard, and I'm looking forward to showing you more. Back to the video. So, the question becomes, are we doing more damage because we're increasing our flat attack or because we're increasing our critical hit rate? And the answer is not just numbers. We actually have to ask ourselves if we're meeting our objectives in-game. And so, if we're not hitting our combos consistently, we're not getting our power strikes on time, or we're not positioning ourselves properly in team fights, the best builds on paper aren't going to perform. So I want you to ask yourself this question. Which one of these builds actually meet our objectives? I will wait. And so what we're going to do is that we're going to run both under the same conditions, with the same objectives, same expectations, and we're going to see which one of the two actually delivers. We're not just testing damage, we are testing consistency, timing, and execution. Let's put it to the test. So, just as my calculator predicted, we're doing more damage with build 2. That's with Rapid Fire Scarf. And it's just because we're able to get off more procs with our Muscle Band. We're able to get more criticals, which are giving us more procs as well, which overall is doing more damage than Razor Claw. However, are we doing burst damage in moments where it really matters in order to eliminate our opponents? Let's see that in our next video and see which build stands true to the test. Yeah, 10:05. Already we got our combo off. You see it's supposed to be 1, 2, and then laser focus, right? Don't use your moves as you're going up. You want to save them. If you need to, you can. I was alone for a majority of that line, so breaking that was mainly a priority. Always an opportunity to bully. He came over here. We get our bottom lane. We're waiting for our laser focus to come in just at the right time. If we can get 1, 2 off, laser focus. You gotta watch out for shooting it by accident and then hitting laser focus. You can cancel your boosted by doing that. And there we go. Chase right after him. If I didn't have a Heldegussy with me, then I wouldn't have had somebody to push me. Scoring is my favorite way of healing. It's just hands down quality. Gosh, Eldegoss is doing some good work here. You want a teammate that sticks to you. That's a good teammate right there. And another Eldegoss kill. Alright, I'm always trying to make sure you get your combos. If not, save your moves. Try to get rid of your jungle or your wild Pokemon as quick as possible, obviously. But and communicate with your team, guys. Above all things, let them know where you're going, why you're going there. Me and the Eldegoss communicated so damn well. Those are going to disappear. If you can chase it going down, that's going to be your best advantage. Boosted, drop, boosted, boosted, drop. Nah, I didn't get the combo there. Lovely turret placement. What sucks about having Flash Cannon with Metal Claw this early is that you want to be able to shoot 2 Metal Claws and you can't. And so you're just waiting for Stealth Rock to show up, anything. Otherwise, you just have to count on being able to get a good 1, 2, 3 boosted, drop that Flash Cannon boosted, and then get another boosted with your Metal Claw. The keyword of this video was boosted. Oh, we could have, if we got closer. Not worth using the eject button though. Alright, we don't need the bottom, we need the top. What's my goal here? Maybe I'm going to get in between them. Well, I know they're attacking it, right? So. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to get this one. You remember things that you don't get. That could have gone better. Could have gone so much better. Wish I didn't abandon you, but I didn't want to die too. I was really hoping that they'd push a little harder, obviously because they have the Reggie. Wasn't able to reach them. Still not using that eject button. We're saving it. We have a reason. I love how Duraludon waddles. The way he's just like... I want you to embody escarpment walking. Now catch an escarpment on a light jog or with that zoomies. You know, give him a little bit of zoomies. You too. Beautiful. If we can get wild Pokemon, I think that's what... No. Alright, we're all sticking down here for the fight. Alright, reload that Flash Cannon. We have our ult, we're ready. Drop that ult, eject out of there, drop a Flash Cannon. 1, throw a Stealth Rock. 2, throw a Stealth Rock. 3, throw a Stealth Rock. Bro! And of course, it's just some more Mewtwo shit. I know it's the Slowbro that killed me, but we all saw who was just launching what can only be described. I'm just petty and upset. Eldegoss, I don't know why I ever left you. Drop the flash cannon, boosted, 1, boosted, 1, boosted. When we peel through that, we can confidently get half of it. And if your teammates are there, they're helping you do God's work. They're playing as a team, you know, it's almost as though we united. I was pretty sure I was on base. He teleports just right. Oh, no, I got a shot on him. I appreciate him walking back into the range of my shot. I don't think we're going to get this, guys. Maybe? I don't think we're going to get this. Let's attack wild Pokemon. Let's go here. Okay. Nah, they read you. They knew what you were going to do. You're doing the exact same thing. Find another bush. But you scare them. That was such a wasted ult, too. Eldegossy, Duraludon, Delmise, Blastoise. Shoot a slow row with flash cannon, stealth rock, boosted. Yo, does Slowbro surviving, bro? Interesting thing to note is that when you're hitting, let's say you're hitting a line of people, there's a portion of the boosted attack that takes into account the enemy's max HP. If you're hitting a group of Pokemon and there's a defender in it, you are not doing the max HP damage of the defender, especially if you're targeting them. You're hitting each individual and doing the damage of their respected max HP. So it could be 200, it could be 100, it could be 150, right? It all Blastoise. Well, it's okay. Shit happens. I'm pretty sure we win. I'm certain we win. This is one of my favorite turret positionings. Just right in the center. It's like far enough away from it, but it's still hitting it, you know? I love the way Duraludon pops off. I did get the Mewtwo. That's a lovely last kill, you know? It's always nice getting one last kill on, an additional kill on Mewtwo. Nothing against the player, everything against the mon. Dude, do you hear yourself? Two kills on the Mewtwo? Why, you ask? Because I good. Because I good. Now. Alrighty, so we're looking at Rapid Fire Scarf with our second build, and we're seeing if we're meeting our objectives. That is our combo, our power spikes, and our positioning. I think we're laning with an Eldegoss. Absolutely laning with an Eldegoss. If we can apply the proper pressure here. Opportunity for Rapid Fire Scarf to trigger again. It's a phenomenal early game. It's really hard to say no to it early game. And I think that was just perfect timing. Something that you're always playing around with is your cooldown for Rapid Fire Scarf. Your sacrifice, Eldegoss. Alright, so we can regroup. It's hard to trigger laser focus with Rapid Fire Scarf as well. I don't think you're paying attention to it as much. I think what happens is that you're so focused on your Rapid Fire Scarf's cooldown as opposed to your moves cooldowns and how you can use them effectively in a combo. So already our combos are taking a hit. And then we're being eliminated more frequently in this game than I would like, and so we're not hitting our power spikes either. Poor use of not healing right there. Man, that's the second time Eldegoss tried to heal me, and I just walk out of it. I'm just so sorry. Now, we missed that Reggie there. We could have been in a better position to get a last hit. But I don't think that's Rapid Fire Scarf's fault. So we know that we need to go top. We just got our Stealth Rock, level 7 at 7 minutes. That's a good corner push positioning. You're able to lap over their base. You're able to get the Reggie. And you're there to support. Alright, so that was lovely positioning. Forgive me. There we go. Broken gold, not great overcap, but overcap nonetheless. I believe we had Moltres up there. So we decided not to engage with a combo there. We can save our Rapid Fire Scarf because we only got 2 basic attacks off and then we didn't keep hitting. Oh no. Oh, Decidueye survived. Wow. That was also good turret positioning. We should have gone down. I think that's where the team is at right now. That being said, we met them in the middle. We just couldn't do the damage we needed to do with an ult as well. That's unfortunate. So, at level 9 at 5 minutes is not where we want to be. A majority of our team is a higher level than us right now. So we're not hitting our power spikes. We are also not eliminating the opponents, enough opponents with our combos. There's a lot about this build and this game where You can say it's Rapid Fire Scarf. You can also say it's a skill issue. I think we all should have congregated up, but the team was cooking down there. I'll let them do their thing. I sit up here. I'll take care of Regirock to the best of my ability. We have enough time-ish before they climb up. Oh, I looked at I was able to see where the Sylveon was. That's what I mean by ish. Perfect. Perfect. The lovely thing about Stealth Rock is that, like, I think after 3 ticks, it stuns the opponent. They just sit there, can't move. You get one last ult off at 3:30 before Reggie comes up. And I think that's good positioning. We want to be on the other side of that wall so it's difficult for them to get to us. It's not that they can't, they just have to make a choice. Down with the Mew. Down with the Sylvie. Let's fight for Reggie down in bottom lane. That was a nice try, Moltres. So, if we were able to get closer, no, I'm not going to complain about that. That was nice. I think we used our moves effectively there. Surfetch is so cool. I love his ability to throw his shield and teleport to it. Take the heal, man. Take the heal. Oh, thank goodness. That was not a good ult. So, bad positioning. We are too far away from the Groudon in order to get some basic attacks off on it. I think if we were able to get a last hit, then the team would have survived. Yeah, we surrender there. Well, guys, that was Rapid Fire Scarf. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you with the other version of me in the next portion of this video. I'll talk to y'all soon. Alrighty. So, after running the numbers, testing it in practice mode, and validating it with our calculator, we can see that build 1 comes out on top. At least, that's what I believe. We are consistently hitting all 3 of our objectives. We are hitting our combos. We are meeting our power spikes. And we are executing in team fights. The calculator showed us the potential. It let us isolate the variables, compare the builds directly, and understand how attack, critical hits, and items affect scale over time. Practice mode gave us controlled results. We removed the chaos of a real match and tested both builds under the same conditions, using the same combos to see how they actually perform. And ranked gameplay proved it under pressure. That's where positioning, timing, and real opponents came into play, and where we confirmed which builds consistently deliver where it matters most. But now, I want to hear from you. What builds have you been running with Duraludon? Held items, movesets, emblems, and more importantly, Why do you think they outweigh build 1? Leave it in the comments, and look forward to seeing you next session in the gym.